throw. Has time. Pass. End zone caught. It's good. D. Anderson and the Showboats have won it in overtime. Going to hand this off up the middle for Marable. He's going to fumble. Ball's loose. And St. Louis picks it up. That will do it. The Battlehawks defense makes a play late. Game on the line. Looking to throw. Has time. End zone. Incomplete. It's incomplete. The Stallions hang on to win. For overtime. DeLeo to throw. Pass. Caught by Roland. Needs some help. Not gonna get it. He's stopped a yard short. Houston will pull off the upset. Looking to throw. Has time. Deep. Right side overthrown. Picked off. It's intercepted by Keenan Isaac. He's gonna need it right there. They hand this off right side for Roland. They convert the 10-5. Chris Roland. I should shut up. Chris Roland touchdown. That's the dagger. Knicks toss left side and there's room. Has past the 30, past the 40, past the 20, 15, 10, 5. RJ Harvey. There we go. One play. Just need one play out of you. Gonna play action and look to throw. Mariota, sometime. Pass, intercepted. It's picked off. Yes, yes. One play was all they needed. Jack Jones. Williams, play action. Rolling left, looking to throw. Has time. Pass, end zone, intercepted. It's Keyshawn Nixon calling game. Darnold to throw. Has time. Pass, wide open. Over the middle. The Seattle Seahawks do it. Play action looking to throw. Williams has some time. Pass deep. Over the middle. Has a man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown Chicago. They win in overtime. Snap good. Hold good. Kick up. And he missed it. Wide right. The Steelers will host Houston on Monday night. Williams in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. 4th and 4. Trip to Seattle on the line. Man in motion. Williams looking to throw. Pressure coming. Rolling left. Trying to buy some time. Back near the 40. Pass left side. Williams is caught. Touchdown Chicago. Cole Kmet. Somehow the magic remains. What? May looking to throw in 3rd and 6. Rolling left. Gonna take it himself. And that will do it. A first down carry. It's a gain of 7. And the Patriots have booked their ticket to Santa Clara. Zeros on the clock. The Seattle Seahawks, for the first time since 2014, are your NFC champion. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. Week 5 of the UFO continues. We have a double header on deck for this Sunday, beginning in Houston as they take on the Aviators, the first of a back-to-back between these two teams. This one in Houston, next week in Columbus. Both teams at 1-3 and have a great opportunity throughout the next 2 weeks to try and claw their way back into the playoff picture. The second game on the doubleheader coming up at 3 o'clock. It is the Kings coming off their first win on the season, taking on the Dallas Renegades coming off of their first loss on the season. Welcome on in. It has been a pretty fun week so far of the UFL. Last night's game was pretty damn good between St. Louis and Orlando. It was a tale of two halves, to say the very least. St. Louis came away with a very tight win. We'll see how week 5 wraps up today as we are slowly approaching the official halfway point of the season right after this one when week 6 starts. But welcome on in. Noon kickoffs, man. Especially these Sunday noon kickoffs. I don't think I'll ever fully get used to these. But as the season progresses, it does get a little bit easier compared to what I'm used to with the NFL. Yeah, the NFL draft just wrapped up yesterday. There's obviously some UDFAs have been signing throughout the night. And it's going to be a pretty interesting season coming up. Obviously, once the UFO season ends is when the like off-season stuff begins and the season previews for the NFL. Just keep it rolling there. Oh, we're going to find out soon. Kickoff is moments away. They don't show the coin toss or anything like that on the broadcast anymore. So we'll have to wait and see who gets ball first. I would imagine Houston would want it. But you never know. Some teams have different ideas for how they want to handle it.
So who is Houston's starter going to be today? I kind of forgot to double check that. Tough part is the depth charts are often not the most accurate this season in the UFL compared to years past. It's listed as Nolan Henderson as the starter for Houston. Okay. Giving him another crack at it, even though Paolo Tagovailoa was a better player last week. But Houston's also one of those weird teams where there's, in general, a better second half team. It seems like Columbus will be getting the ball first here. But they're still doing some pregame interviews, at least showing pregame interviews on the broadcast. So we'll find out here soon. Yeah. Nolan Henderson and Paolo Tagovailoa have had pretty near identical seasons so far. It's been a weird one in Houston. But again, they can right the ship pretty quickly in the next 2 weeks. Okay, it is Nolan Henderson, the starter. Cool. I think he'll do solid. Who knows, though? Columbus has been a pretty weird team this year. They got their first win last week against a really good Dallas team, but even then, before that, they've played some really tight games. They're just unable to really get out of their own way in the first 3 weeks. But we'll see. Kickoff moments away here. All right, who's getting ball first? I know we got to do the ESPN broadcast. Have this weird segment towards the start of the game. The gambling shit. It's just annoying at this point. All right, what we get? That's one thing with the Fox broadcast of the UFL is that they tend to get to the game a little bit quicker. But I don't know, there's also just something with the ESPN graphic package I like a bit better than Fox's. It's a bit more unique. All right, it will be Houston getting the ball first. Yeah, I figured. Okay. So we'll see this Gamblers offense first and foremost. And we'll see Nolan Henderson take the field. Kickoff underway from Houston. Going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Bounce in the landing zone first. So they would be starting from roughly, I believe, the 25 is the yard mark this year. We don't see this kind of touchback happen often, so. Out comes Nolan Henderson. Let's see what he can do with this. Let's see what he can do for this opening drive. Been a pretty up and down season for him. No touchdowns yet on the year, 56% completion, but still has led some pretty good drives throughout the year. Henderson in shotgun back to his left. Going to begin this game with a handoff going right, and that's going to be a gain of about 2. Okay. This may be one of the better uniform matchups of the season. Henderson in shotgun play action looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Has some time, rolling right, passing right, going to be caught past the 40 and out of bounds around the 42. It is Lawrence Keys on the grab. And Houston, 2 plays in, already moving the ball pretty decently. Yeah, it's a good throw on the move. So Henderson in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Ball on their own 43, they're saying. Gonna hand this off going right, and there's some space and some blockers to about midfield. Maybe they give him the 49. There is a penalty down as well, as that is Marcus Yarns on the carry. And we'll see if this is one that's gonna be coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. We have started discussing, talking over with one of the coaches about what they want to do with it. It's offside against Columbus. All right, so going to be a gain of 5. 1st and 5 coming up off of it. All right. The ball now on the 48. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off up the middle, and there's some space for a first down carry up to the Columbus 46. It is, I believe that's Jalen White on the carry. Couldn't quite get a jersey number there. So 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to instantly roll left, looking to throw on the bootleg. Has some time, still looking. Going to dump this off towards the left sideline, but going to be incomplete. Looking for Lawan Winningham on the play, but couldn't hang on through some contact. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, and there's Ted Ginn. Again, like this Columbus team has improved week over week in terms of how it feels like they've been preparing for games. Like, and that means that he's been improving steadily as well. It's just again, weird start to the year has led Columbus to where they are. Henderson, quick pass right side, gonna lose about a yard. There was 2 gamblers directly next to each other when that pass arrived. There was definitely some miscommunication on that play between them. So loss of a yard. 3rd and 11 coming up. Yeah, that something definitely went wrong with that play. So it's a 3rd and 11, first 3rd and long of the game for Houston. Henderson in shotgun, a back to each side, ball on their own 40, ball on the Columbus 47, play action looking to throw. Now going to step up and take it himself inside the 45 to about the 43. Busted play, just decides to get the yards out of it. Would make it a 61-yard field goal if they send out the kicker. As it sits, it's a 4th and 7. They have to either go for it or kick the field goal since they pass midfield. Who's their Ryan Coe? No. John Hoyland's their kicker. And yeah, he could probably hit from here, but they're going to keep the offense on the field. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Looking to throw in 4th and 7. Has some time, pass right side. A dangerous pass that sneaks through and caught for the first. Justin Hall on the grab, and it was a pinpoint throw from Nolan Henderson. Somehow that gets behind the defense there. That should in no ways have been caught. Yeah, that is a gutsy throw with pressure in your face, and somehow that's caught. All right, so Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. Ball now in roughly the Columbus 31. Play action looking to throw 1st and 10. Has some time. Deep shot left side. Going to be overthrown and incomplete. Looking for John Trey Kirkland on the crosser. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right. It's been an okay drive to begin the game. Nothing too special. It was a really good throw, but besides that, it's kind of just been standard Houston. Henderson in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and there's space inside the 20, breaking off tackles inside the 15 and brought down around the 13. It is Marcus Yarns on the carry. He has really showcased himself the past few weeks, becoming that main rusher for Houston in this one. And it makes it 1st and 10 from the 13. Houston's inside the red zone on their opening drive of the game. A good contact balance there on that carry. Henderson in shotgun back to his left. Going to hand this off once again. Good spin behind the line, but only going to be able to fight back to the line of scrimmage. And that was Marcus Yarns on the carry once again. At 7.8 yards per carry for Yarns entering the week. Been a surprisingly good back through the first month of play. Though a good chunk of those were from from last week and really the past 2 weeks. Henderson looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, rolling right, gonna have some space to keeping himself inside the 10 and getting down around the 6. A 3rd and roughly 3 coming up. Not bad. Just under 9 minutes to play in the first. Going in the 3rd and 4. Henderson in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle, and he fights his way for the first, getting brought down right around the 2-yard line. Maybe more so 2.5, but still a 1st and goal coming up for Houston nonetheless. Jalen White on the carry. And Houston looking to cap off a really nice drive with 6 to begin the game. So 1st and goal. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Henderson handoff going left, and he's going to get in. It's Jalen White for 6. And the Gamblers take the lead on the first drive of the game. A beautiful one spanning damn near, 8 minutes? Or 7 minutes more so? So a great drive to begin this one. Yeah, they were just simply playing their style. Yeah, there's definitely some luck involved in that drive. The 4th and 1 throw was lucky to fit in there. But aside from that, I mean, it was an all-around really good drive. 13 plays, 75 yards. I love to see drives like that. Those long, sustained drives, again, aren't the flashiest, but they're damn good. As there's a penalty before the extra point, going to seemingly be offside against Columbus. Yeah, neutral zone infraction. So this is going to allow Houston to have an easier conversion attempt if they choose to. Or they're just going to stick with the extra point here. Because now it would be half the distance to the goal. All right, they're just going to keep the extra point unit on. All right. So the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Yeah, good start for the Houston offense. We'll see this Columbus offense for the first time here momentarily, as I believe they're heading to a commercial break beforehand. Yep, commercial break. All right. Yeah, that was a real solid drive. Real solid. I'm curious about what the Columbus offense is going to want to do, because last week against Dallas, especially in that second half, They were running the ball like there was no tomorrow. Are they going to try and do the same stuff against Houston this week, or are they going to try to like be a bit more balanced of an offense? I wouldn't be opposed to another 20-play drive that is 95% run plays, because that is some damn fun football for me to watch. Obviously not the most entertaining for the general public, but I can get behind another one of those drives. At the same time, though, they have a receiver room that they could definitely utilize in a game like this. We'll see. We will see. Still that commercial break after the opening drive of the game for Houston. Again, 13 play, 7-minute drive. It's a good one. It is a good one. What's up? Nolan Henderson got the start for Houston in this one. That was kind of like the main question marks surrounding the starters, as always. Jalen McClellan still the starter in Columbus. Both of these teams were not amongst the other teams in terms of making a quarterback trade in between weeks. Like, again, like all the other 6 teams did. So everything is as usual for them. As we're just getting back from commercial break, we'll see this Columbus offense for the first time today. Yeah, oh yeah, they can definitely win this one. The opening drive is always the easiest for teams because the first 15 plays of the game are always going to be quote unquote scripted in terms of like they know exactly what they want to run and what they want to get to. So the opening drives are always like, okay, they did what they wanted to do. Now how are they going to go about the rest of the game? There's been a ton of instances of fantastic opening drives and then getting shut out the rest of the game. So I'm not too worried about Columbus. Now, if we get into towards like halftime and it's still in a pretty rough spot, then yeah, the panic will start. But for now, they're fine. There's no panic just yet. Especially with that being a Houston drive that did get a little lucky in, especially on that 4th and 1. I'm not too worried about them just yet. Kickoff return beginning from the 13, spaced out past the 25, past the 30, and brought down right around the 34, maybe fighting towards the 35. We'll see what the spot is officially. And out comes Jalen McClellan. Is coming off of a game last week where Columbus set the UFL record for rush attempts in a game. I'm curious what their game plan is going to be here. But even if they need to pass the ball, McClellan has been accurate this season. He's under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. They're going to say ball on their own 35 to begin this drive. McClellan looking to throw first play of the game for this Columbus offense. Going to be a gain of roughly 5 with a dump off right side for Jalen Moore. Yeah, spring football as a whole has been fun. Obviously, like there's been some years that are better and have more hype surrounding it, but it's still just more fun football to watch. It fits in nicely in that window where you're just starting to miss the NFL and miss football in general, and then it brings you into the start truly of the offseason and training camp and all that. So it's at the perfect time. McClellan play action, looking to throw in 2nd and 5. Dump off left side, going to be incomplete. Good pressure forced a bad throw was Malik Fisher into the backfield. And the pass was intended for Al-Aziz Mack. Harrison Frost looked a lot better last night than he did his first game and a half or so. there's still obviously room to improve. That second half was rough for St. Louis, but I mean their defense is the same old St. Louis defense that we know. It's a damn good unit, and the first half of that game was pure St. Louis dominance. McClendon looking to dump this off left side on 3rd and 5, but again, good pressure from Houston, forcing a bad throw, and Columbus goes 3 and out. Gotta say, I don't love the mindset of 3 straight passing plays to begin the game, right after you had one of the best ground performances in league history last week. But all right, but that's Todd Haley for you. Yeah, that game, Orlando nearly had a good comeback. They had the ball late with a chance to tie or take the lead. They just couldn't get the job done. In part because St. Louis's pass rush was St. Louis timed their blitzes perfectly in that final drive. Punt comes off clean, gonna bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And why is the clock still rolling? All right, we head to a commercial break. I'm sure they're gonna fix the clock by the time we get back. I'm willing to give Dorian Thompson-Robinson a bit of leeway for his performance Friday night because that was his first game with that offense, and he only had maybe 3 days of prep. Of like true prep to learn the offense and learn chemistry with the players. So I'm willing to give it a bit of leeway. He did look better than Matt Corral has at times this season, so I'm willing to give it. But I just think when you go from a coach like Skip Holtz the past few years, and really in the past like 4 years, you go from Skip Holtz, who is essentially this league, like, gonna be a bit of hyperbole here, but essentially is this league's Vince Lombardi, to AJ McCarron, who's a first-time head coach. There was going to be some issues with the team this year, and the amount of roster turnover didn't really help because they definitely did lose some key pieces across, especially on that defense and in that running back room. I just think Birmingham is in a transition period between the dynasty that we know them to be and whatever is next, and trying to get back to that. But of all the first-time head coaches, AJ McCarron is the one I'm least worried about. Is he the best? Probably not. Ricky Proehl has been doing wonders in St. Louis, and Ted Ginn has shown improvement in how he does preparation week in, week out. But AJ McCarron is still someone that I'm willing to give some time to because I know how smart he is with football. It's just being a head coach is different than being a backup quarterback. DC's the favorite, which is a very basic answer as they're the defending champs, but the way they have shaked off and bounced back from their week 1 loss has been beautiful. They've had 3 40-plus point games in that time in the past month of play, and they have just been dominating teams. It's the DC from last year is back now, and Shannon Harris has been fantastic as a head coach. Even dating back to him being the interim last year, it's like DC just has everything. They have an explosive ground game. They have a passing game that could definitely step up when need be. We've seen that in weeks past. They're the team to beat right now. As we're just getting back from commercial break. Those highlights from the opening drive. I do like that when Houston has Houston's most successful passing plays of the game have been via getting Henderson out of the pocket and cutting the field in half, making it a little simpler for him. As we'll see what they can do on this second drive after the touchdown on the opener. Yeah, they did run a bit of time there after the okay. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right, ball on their own 25. Henderson making some adjustments at the line, play clock down to 10 seconds. Get the snap off in time as Henderson hands his ball off right side. Going to be in past the 30 to about the 32. So gain of about 7-ish for Marcus Major. All right. .5:15 to play in the first. Henderson in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Ball on their own 32. Henderson going to play action and now keeping himself up the middle, sliding down for a gain of roughly 3. Should be enough for the first. Another instance of a play action and the play just not developing at all. And it's heads up play just to get the yards out of it, but it is a bit concerning that that's now the second or third pass and play that had to be abandoned pretty quickly. .435 to play in the first quarter and counting. Clock continuously rolls during drives in this league. Henderson in shotgun back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming, rolling right, trying to buy some time. Pump faking, looking to direct traffic, and now just gonna throw this one away incomplete along the right side. No one there has a check down option's a bit weird, but this Columbus pass rush also did get there pretty quickly, so. Alright, just coming up on the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. 4:05. By the time this ball is snapped, would be at probably just past 4. Henderson in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Ball on their own 36. Going to hand this off up the middle. Breaks off 1 tackle behind the line. And fighting forward for a gain of roughly a yard and a half or so. Marcus Yarns on the carry. Makes it a 3rd and decently long. No problem. I love it. It's hard to say because he's been out of football for a few years and he only had 1 game last week to really show what he can do again. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does in a few hours, but I think he could definitely be the spark plug for that Louisville ground game. Henderson, quick pass right side, can have some space. A first down and a whole lot more on the check downs. Marcus Yarns going to be ruled out of bounds. Not quite sure where they marked him out at. But still, a first down reception on the quick hitter towards that right, taking advantage of the corner blitz. And just the speed advantage you have out there between Yarns and the linebacker. I believe that's Fred Tompkins in coverage? No. Oh, it's Tony Fields in coverage, yeah. But I am excited to see what James Robinson can do later today. The main issue, though, is just that the Louisville run game has been non-existent the entire year. So they're in a weird spot with it. End around going right side and going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage as they marked him. They marked Yarns out of bounds at midfield. So Lawrence Keys gets back to about midfield to make it 2nd and 10. I am a bit curious on the Benny Snell release that the Kings did, because I feel like if you have James Robinson and Benny Snell in your backfield, you're probably in a decent spot in terms of the running back room. You just need to get it's just the offensive line needs to be better in run blocking. Henderson in shotgun back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left, going to be an RPO as he rolls left and shovels this one forward inside the 45 to about the 44. I believe that was Justin Hall on the grab. Yep. Makes it a more manageable 3rd down. And they marked him down at the 43, so it was a 3rd and 3. Henderson in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as they hand this off up the middle, and there's room for the first. Up to about the 35-yard line is Jalen White. All right. Yeah, great blocking up front to create that hole. I know Houston is steadily getting better, it seems, as the weeks go on. aside from when they play teams like DC. Henderson play action, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Has some time, pass left side, going to be caught for the first down as he's brought down right around the 20. It's Jontre Kirkland on the grab. One more play at minimum is needed before the end of the first. We're at 40 seconds left in the quarter. Yeah, this has been a bit of a weird one for this Columbus defense through a drive, basically 2 drives at this point, drive and a half or so. Houston's able to do what they want on these. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off in time as Henderson going to pop past this one left side. Is bobbled and incomplete. Was looking for a quick throw for Armani Rogers. Wasn't quite prepared for it. Couldn't hang on through some contact. That'll bring us to the end of the first. Yeah, pressure came in quick there. Columbus nearly got gift wrapped something. Yep, end of the first. 15 minutes in the books. Houston, really good start to this game. Another long sustained drive being built here. We'll see how it finishes. First, a commercial break. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to gauge since we're, again, 2.5, soon to be 3 drives into this game. But Columbus about to find themselves in a tough spot if they can't hold them out the end zone here. But we'll see. Oh. So again, it's the period of undrafted free agents in the NFL right now as the draft just wrapped up. Former FSU quarterback Tommy Castellanos, who also spent some time at UCF, so I know him well. He's being invited to Tennessee Titans rookie minicamp as a wide receiver prospect. That makes little to no sense, in part because Castellanos is on the smaller side and to begin with. But we'll see what Tennessee cooks up there. It is also just funny to think that FSU beat Bama last year with a wide receiver at quarterback. But yeah, still at commercial break for the end of the first. Yeah, it's just getting back from commercial break, and yeah, it's been all Houston so far, but it also has only been, again, 2 full drives and a third one about to wrap up, so pretty disingenuous stats, but it also just goes to show that, Houston, with these long drives, are able to set the tone of the game if they're able to keep it up. So 2nd and 10 for Houston. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion left to right. Ball on the Columbus 20-yard line. First play of the second quarter. Henderson going to play action and look to throw. Pressure coming, pass deep, right side, high and incomplete. Nearly an incredible one-handed catch there by Justin Hall, but just couldn't quite hang on. 3rd and 10 coming up. Was also more so playing DB on that play. Oh, they're a roughing the passer penalty coming in against Columbus. It'll be half the distance to the goal. 1st and goal now from the 10-yard line for Houston. That's a tough one. I need the camera to stick on the quarterback there for me to judge that. He does hit him a bit late, but at the same time, I think it was still just one step. Typically, you get two. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, two receivers to each side. First and goal from the 10. Henderson, play action looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught and brought down right around the 5. I believe that was either Justin Hall or John J. Kirkland on the grab. Couldn't quite get the jersey number, though. They cut away to the Columbus DC quickly after that. All right, second and goal. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, going to keep it himself on a read option left side, breaks off one tackler and dives it in for 6. Nolan Henderson puts the Gamblers up by 2 scores early on in this one. Back-to-back touchdown drives to begin the game. Back-to-back long touchdown drives to begin the game. Both of them 10-plus plays just about and lasting 6-plus minutes just about. Maybe a little more. Still a great way to start this game. All right, now the extra point. It is up, and John Hoyland is right down the middle. All right, again, great start for Houston. But you can never really get too comfortable in the league like this when you can get 9 points on a single drive. Yeah, given what Louisville's ground game is this year, Benny Snell did the best he could. I just think Louisville maybe is a little bit too high on Ian Wheeler, and I think with him being back healthy this week, they're sticking with James Robinson, who did have a better game against Dallas last week, or not Dallas. They played Houston last week. I don't know. It's just a lot of the decisions being made in Louisville this year have been weird. Because they're a team that they have so much talent on that roster. Like, they should have been in a better spot than what they are currently. But the ground game has never really unfolded how it should have. Jason Bean, for as good as he was also about a perfect 50% on the season. So we'll see with Chandler Rogers as a starter now, if they can turn some things around, maybe get some other things going. But I know, yeah, I feel like a running back room with James Robinson and Benny Snell is one you want to keep for as long as you can. Kickoff going to be returned up past the 25 and brought down to about the 29. And it's one of those decisions that, you know, I'm curious how much of that choice was really Chris Redman and the Kings themselves wanted to make the move, or how much of it was the higher ups in the UFL being like, listen, you need to shake something up in the running back room. You need to get rid of Benny Snell. It was an offside penalty against Houston on the kickoff, so now it is 1st and 10 for Columbus from their own 32. I'm on the 33. They're moving up a yard. McClendon in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Going to keep it himself right side on the read option and sliding down after a gain of roughly 3. All right. Again, if you can get the ground game unfolding, are you fine? All right, 2nd and 7 for Columbus. Play clock winding down. McClendon under center, back behind him. A toss up the middle. Gonna bounce it out right side is Zaquandre White for a loss of about a yard. I do love that play design though of the toss counter. It's such a good play design. It's a shame that it doesn't work as consistently as I would love it to. But I would not be surprised if we see that play ran in the NFL next year quite a bit. So 3rd and 8, Henderson in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Ball on their own 35. They need the 43 for a first. McLennan looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side. Has a man that's caught. Pass midfield and can be brought down right around the 40. It is Antoine Wells on the grab. We're going to mark him down. I think that's at the 38 of Houston. All right. First down pickup of the game for Columbus, and they're back in business. A good throw from McLennan on the money for Wells. Yeah, he has possession of that ball with steps taken. All right, there is a gambler slow to get up afterwards. It is Eli Walker, their safety. Tough guy to go down. He's a solid player for them out of Kansas State. And we head to commercial break off the injury timeout. All right. So at commercial break. Wait, what? Yep, at commercial break due to the injury timeout. All right, should be getting back from a commercial break here soon. All right. At commercial break still. Again, should be coming back out of it here soon. I can't get over these bad AI commercials occasionally appear, and it just does not make a lot of sense that these exist. So what you gonna do about it? Alright, just getting back from commercial break. We'll see what Columbus can do on the rest of this drive here soon. Ball on the Houston 38. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. The first play from Houston territory for Columbus in this one. McLennan handoff right side, going to try and find some space along the edge. Maybe gets about 2. It's John Lovett on the carry. Not much else room to work there. They gave him 3. Okay. So 2nd and 7. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Quick dump off left side, going to be caught by Mack with some space inside the 25 and going to be ruled out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 15. I might have stepped out a bit sooner there, but nah. Alize Mack on the pickup of close to 15, 20 maybe. Yeah, ball on the Houston 15. Columbus in the red zone for the first time today. McLennan gonna hand this off up the middle. Cuts out a bit right side for John Lovett, and it's a gain of 9 on the carry. All right, much better drive this one than the first one for them. So McLennan in shotgun, another handoff up the middle. Trying to bounce it out right side is Lovett once again, and will get enough for the first, down to the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal, Columbus, with 10:20 to play in the first half. McLennan going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of roughly 3. 2nd and goal coming up. Quandre White on the carry. Ball on roughly the 1-yard line. All right, just under 9.5 to go in the first half. McLennan under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle, gonna be stood up at roughly the half-yard line. Not gonna be enough. 3rd and goal coming up. As with 3rd and goal from the 1, McLennan on the QB sneak's gonna get it in for 6. All right, a much better second drive compared to their opener for Columbus. They're right back in this game just like that. Just gonna need the defense to step up a little bit here. Yeah, the QB's, that's great blocking up front on the QB sneak. That's how it should be done. None of this push, but no. It's a 10-play drive for Columbus and with just under 9 minutes to play in the first half, back to a 1-score game. All right, so on for the extra point, it is Ryan Coe. Been a solid kicker for Columbus this year. Be the first time seeing him today. Extra point is up. And does that sneak through? It does. Right past the right upright. 7-point game in Houston. All right, that brings us to a commercial break. Yeah. It is kind of weird that Diego Pavia still has not been signed somewhere, even as a UDFA. Or even has kind of like an invite to rookie mini camps somewhere. I don't know. again, a large part of it is probably because he doesn't have an agent. And the reason why we see a lot of early UDFAs sign in is because they talk with their agents during late 6th round throughout the 7th round about, getting a deal done for UDFAs. But I also do think if Pavia wants to go somewhere to be, the face of a franchise and to start games, there's a team in Birmingham that could probably use a quarterback. Just a thought. I do also feel like it would be cool if he kind of floats around, and then in 2028 when the OKC team or whatever the other expansion team comes around, he goes over there to be the first. But we'll see. I imagine he's gonna get an invite at some point this offseason. Because again, he's a Heisman finalist. It's not common for them to not at least have a home for the offseason. As we're just getting back from commercial break. Columbus said to send this one away at some point. Some point soon. All right, just under 9 minutes to play in the first half. 8:57 to be exact. Ryan Coe wanted to send this one down. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from the 2. Space out past the 15, out past the 20, brought down right around the 24. And there is a penalty down on the kickoff as well, it seems, unless that's a shoe. No, that's a penalty marker. It's illegal formation against Houston. Gonna push them back some from the end of the return. So 8:50 to play in the first half. Ball now on their own 19-yard line to begin the drive. Henderson in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 8:50 to go in the first half. Henderson dump off right side for the halfback screen. Gonna have some space past the 25 and fighting his way past the 30 to the 31. Solid gain of 12 for Marcus Major on the halfback screen. Let's see how Houston can build off of their past 2 drives with this one. So 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4. All right. So 2nd and 6. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Play clock winding down at 3 seconds. And they get the snap off in time. Handoff going left, going to fight for a gain of roughly 2. So a 3rd and 4 coming up. All right, 3rd and 4. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Man in motion right to left. To get the snap off in time as Henderson gonna quick pass right side, caught with space. Pass to 45, past midfield. Pass to Columbus 45, fighting his way inside the 40 and down to the Columbus 39. It is Jalen White on the grab. And that's now the second time this game where Houston gets a large chunk of yards on a simple, basically halfback wheel route, but more so behaving like a swing because they just have the speed advantage between running back and linebacker. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the left as well. Rolling in ball on the Columbus 38. Henderson looking to throw, rolling right, trying to buy some time, and just going to spike this one in the dirt, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Second and 10 coming up. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Henderson handoff up the middle, going to get a yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot. 5.5 to go in the first half. Columbus does get ball to begin the second half, so they're in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, 3rd and 9, they're saying, I believe. I know they're saying 3rd and 8, so it's about 8.5. Henderson handoff up the middle, gonna be a loss of about 2. Don't really matter anyway. So a 4th and roughly 10 coming up. They're in field goal range for John Hoyland with 4:50 to play in the half and counting. It's 4th and 10. And they're gonna send out the field goal unit, not taking the gamble there. Which, fair. Gonna be a long one, coming in at 56 yards from the right hash. Hoyland can definitely hit from here to make this a 10-point Houston lead late in the first half. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle with ease. Oh, but Houston called a timeout? Houston is icing their own kicker with 4:16 to play in the half. What? I guess they weren't confident to get in the snap off in time, but that is still insane. To ice your own kicker like that. All right, so the 56-yard kick once again. Again, he just drilled it right down the middle. Can you do it again? Kick is up, and he missed it wide left. Houston, what the? How? Come on. Ugh. That is that. I mean, that very well might come back to bite them in this. McClellan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on their own 46 after the missed 56-yard kick. McLennan, play action, quick dump off right side, going to be caught by Antoine Wells. Gets past midfield and brought down at the Houston 48. How? How do you ice your own kicker from 56 with over 4 minutes to play in the half? All right. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw in 2nd and 4. Pass left side, going to be off the mark and incomplete, and there's a penalty down on this one. Looking for Antoine Wells. We'll see who they get called with this one. Kerry Vincent in coverage. They're going to say DPI against Houston. It'll be 1st and 10 Columbus. McLennan under center, back and fullback behind him, ball on the 40. Quick dump off left side, caught by Jaquandre White, breaks off, makes one man miss, but can't make the second. It's a gain of only about 2 or 3. 3 minutes to go in the half. Yeah, 2nd and 8 coming up. 2:45 to go in the half, potentially the final play before the 2-minute warning. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the Houston 38-yard line. McLennan looking to throw. Pass left side, dropped by Kiki Chisholm. He had him. He had him for a 1st and more. Instead, it's 3rd and 8. It's a good throw. It's on the money. Just couldn't hang on to it. So 3rd and 8. Final play before the 2-minute warning. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle, and there's space for Toa Tawa. A 1st down and more. Down to the Houston 25, maybe the 26. Either way, it's a 1st down pickup, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half from Houston. Columbus in a really good spot, getting the ball to begin the second half, a chance to tie the game before halftime thanks to the missed 56-yard field goal. We head to commercial break, and I will quickly be right back. All right. At commercial break still for the 2-minute warning. 1:58 exactly to go in the first half. At commercial break. At commercial break. All right. Just getting back from commercial break. A minute 58 to play in the first half. It is 1st and 10 for Columbus from the inside, from about the Houston 25. Again, they're taking advantage of good starting field position after the missed 56-yard field goal, which was missed because Houston themselves iced their kicker. I wish I was joking. All right, officially rolling it, ball in the Houston 26. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Tynan in motion, left to right. Making the trips on that right side. McLennan, quick pass right side, going to be caught. Looking to throw now, but it gets blown up. And somehow throws this one away incomplete. I get what they're doing there. Just did not work at all for them. They've ran that play before and it has worked. But the thing is, Houston just pretty much tackled the guy who's supposed to be down there to catch that ball. Yeah. So 2nd and 10. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Play action, looking to throw. McLennan with some time. Pass over the middle is caught for the first. Inside the 15 to about the 12. All right, it's Tay Martin on the grab. Columbus has not 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. With a minute 40 to go in the half. Clock continuing to run. Ball in the Houston 12. McLennan under center, going to toss this up the middle with some space inside the 10 to about the 7. A gain of roughly 5 for Saquandre White. And they're letting clock run here. A minute 5 and counting to play in the half. They're not too worried about the time remaining. Now under a minute at 50 seconds, and they haven't even gotten inside the huddle yet. Bit confusing end of half stuff here for them, but as long as they find the end zone, it's going to work out. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Handoff right side for Toa Tawa, has some blockers, and he walks it in untouched for 6. Toa Tawa. Coming off of his good performance last week against Dallas, he has the game-tying touchdown this week against Houston with 32 seconds to play in the half. So they fully take advantage of the missed field goal on Houston's part. And now, as long as they do not do anything stupid in the final 30 seconds of this half, this game will be all tied up at 14 to begin the second half, with Columbus getting ball to begin the second half. First, the extra point. Kick is up. And he doinks it off the right upright. There's that something stupid I was saying. The first extra point was questionable as well. This one, no doubt about it, it doinks off that upright. Still, though, Columbus finds himself in a fine spot. I'm not worried about them, even with the missed extra point. That's less likely to come back to bite them compared to the icing your own kicker on Houston's part. We'll see. So 32 seconds to play in the half. All right, kickoff underway. Return from about the 5, space up past the 20, and down to about the 22, maybe 23. All right. So 1st and 10 coming up. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. Rolling right, looking to throw. Quick pass going to be caught out of bounds around the 30. It is Jontre Kirkland on the grab. They're looking to get a field goal before halftime. Again, their kicker, John Hoyland, has a leg on him. He can hit from distance if they need him to. Henderson alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Looking to throw in 2nd and 3. Has some time. Pass left side. Caught with plenty of space. Pass to 40, 45, and brought down right around the 47. All right, it is Lawrence Keys on the grab, and they go quick despite having 2 timeouts. Call one of them here. Henderson in shotgun. There you go. Timeout called, I assume. Yep, Houston calls their 2nd timeout. All right, 1st and 10 coming up. $14 to go in the half. Houston needs roughly 11 yards for it to be a 60-yard field goal. And now Columbus will call their 1st timeout. Okay. So 14 seconds to go in the half. First and 10 from their own 47-ish. All right, 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Looking to throw. Has some time. Henderson rolling left, buying some more. Passing one deep left side. Has a man. It's incomplete. Would have been inside the 15 with Jontre Kirkland, but couldn't hang on to the dive-in effort. And now with 5 seconds left in the half, you don't have many options. Yeah, that went through his hands. It's not a bad throw from Henderson. It definitely could have been better, and if it had a little bit more of air into it, Kirkland could have definitely made a man miss and do something else with that. Instead, it's 2nd and 10, ball in your own 45, with 5 seconds to go. Columbus calls their 2nd timeout. And unless you can do something really quick and get to inside the 45, I don't think a field goal is in play here. Yep, 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Ball on their own 47, potentially the final play of the half. Henderson looking to throw, dancing around in the pocket, rolling left, launching one deep, and it's going to be incomplete, not even reaching the end zone. That brings us to halftime. Columbus down by 1. They get the ball to begin the second half. And they find themselves in a good spot despite the early 14-0 deficit. They have been aided in getting back to this point, especially with the missed field goal on John Hoyland's part, but you will still take what you can get. As we head to commercial break, as halftime is just underway. All right. At commercial break as we just reach halftime. At commercial break. All right. So again, first game of the doubleheader today, going pretty solid through one half. We could be in for a nice finish here. And then the second game is Louisville at Dallas. Should be another decent one. Don't have any real expectations for that game. But you gotta play the games one way or another. I didn't really expect Dallas to lose last week, but they ended up doing so. And getting pretty handled in the way they lost that game as well. But we'll see. At commercial break. As we are at halftime. At commercial break. At halftime. We wait the second half. Columbus gets ball to begin the second half. Again, been a solid game so far. So Houston for some of these drives that Houston have had in this game that just haven't been the greatest. Their biggest mistake still is icing their own kicker, which is an insane thing to say as a mistake. Because just who does that? Columbus has taken advantage of that and have really been in a good spot here. Even with some of, even with how this game started defensively for them and the 3-and-out to begin the game. But still, like, they're in a spot now, getting the ball to begin the second half where they can easily get the lead and kind of turn the tide on things. But yeah, at halftime. At halftime. All right. Again, no real idea of what the second half could bring. So I do know that Columbus is going to do their best to make this a good one. All right. Yep, at halftime. At halftime in this. At halftime. Yep, they're still doing the Super Bowl commercial stuff and the stories that they do during the ESPN broadcast. It makes sense to do one. All right, and a commercial break. Second half should be on the way here soon. Underway here soon. All right. at commercial break, waiting for the start of the second half. At commercial break. All right. Second half starting soon here, just getting back from commercial break, halftime wrapping up. Columbus gets ball to begin the second half, down by a point due to a missed extra point, but also thanks to a missed 56-yard field goal on Houston's part. We'll see how they can do. We'll see what they can do to begin the second half. Looking for their first lead of the game. But yep, just coming out of halftime. All right. Again, so after the first quarter, the game was all Houston. Second quarter brought back things a bit more even for everything besides time of possession. But Columbus gonna have a chance here to begin the half to swing things back in their favor. Second half kick on the way here momentarily. Second half kick underway here soon. Again, ESPN just takes their time with these things sometimes. But it will be Jalen McClellan to begin the second half. Teams taking the field, starting to line up for the kick. McClellan getting warm again after the halftime. Let's see what they can do. We've only had one kickoff return touchdown on the season, and that was Houston back in week 1. We'll see if we can get a second here sometime this week. All right, teams are lined up. Houston set to send this one down, and the second half kickoff is underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 14. Spaced out past the 25, trying to find room. Going to fight his way past the 30 and brought down right around the 33. Out comes Jalen McClellan and this Columbus offense. Down by 1. Can they complete the comeback, I should say? At one point in this game, we're down by 14. What Can they do? McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to his right. Ball on their own 33. First play of the second half. McLennan handoff up the middle for Saquandre White. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. All right. So 2nd and 8 afterwards. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion towards the backfield from that right side. McLennan looking to throw. Pump fake and trying to buy some time. Stepping up and sacked. A loss of about 2. To a 3rd and 10 coming up to begin the second half for this Columbus offense. So a 3rd and 9.5, more so 10. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. McLennan with some time. Pass right side is going to be caught, but not going to be anywhere near enough for the first. Only a gain of roughly 3 for Alize Mack. And the Aviators go 3 and out to begin the second half, much like their drive to begin the game. So a great opportunity wasted for Columbus. We'll see what the defense can cook up coming up here. Yep, 4th and 6. On to send this one away. Punt comes off clean. Going to be let bounce. And it's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Nearly got saved. So Houston will begin from the 25. 12:44 to go in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10. And first, a commercial break. All right. Commercial break before Houston's first drive of the half. All right, add commercial break. At the commercial break, waiting for Houston's first offensive drive of the half.
All right, just getting back from commercial break. Let's see what Houston can do on this start of the half. All right, 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna play action and look to throw. Henderson with time, but that quickly expires. He's sacked. Back near the 15. All right. It's Kenny Wilkes on the sack, alongside a ton of other Aviators that are back there. But he was the first to get home, alongside Ron Stone Jr., who they were just highlighted on the broadcast. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right, gonna hand this off up the middle, trying to find some space, and the ball comes loose. It's picked up by Houston, but gonna be a loss of about 1 yard, as that ball shot backwards about 4 yards. All right. That's a great hit to force that ball loose. And it'll be a 3rd and long for Houston. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time as Houston looks to throw. Shifting to his left, going to dump this off left side for a gain of roughly 4 or 5. There is a penalty marker in the backfield. We'll see what this is being ruled. It's holding against Houston. That will be declined. Both teams go 3 and out to begin the second half. So Columbus still finds themselves in the same spot they were just in. All right. So punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 35. Spaced out past the 45. It's going to be out of bounds at the 49, just shy of midfield. So 1st and 10, Columbus. So 1st and 10. So 1st and 10. Gonna hand this off, going right. Gonna be a gain of about 4. It's John Lovett on the carry. So 2nd and 6 coming up. And McClellan in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down to get the snap off in time. Play action looking to throw. Gonna dump this off over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tipped at the line. 3rd and 6 coming up. Pressure got in there quick. So 3rd and 6 coming up.
So McLennan in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off in time as McLennan looks to throw. Pressure comes instantly and sacked back at midfield. 3 straight 3-and-outs across both teams to begin the second half. But in this case, the Aviators have to go for it. They pass midfield. So 4th and about 9. McLennan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Man in motion left to right, back to left. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Pass left side is tipped and incomplete. Nearly picked off. Instead, it falls to the ground and it's a turnover on downs for Columbus. Yeah, and these teams not having the greatest start to the half. It's been the defenses on full display. It was Quinton Newsome on the pass breakup. And we'll see what Houston can do with some really good starting field position. But first, a commercial break, and I will quickly be right back. All right. Still at commercial break. All right, at commercial break. See what Houston can do on their second drive of the half after both sides go 3-and-out 3 times. Columbus twice, Houston on their opening drive of the half. Time will tell for Houston. All right. At commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Sure. They just showed a stat about the before and after in terms of performance of Ted Ginn taking off his hat. Sure. 1st and 10 for Houston. Just under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball on their own 49. Henderson in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Going to play action and look to throw. Rolling right, takes it himself inside the 45 and brought down right around the 41. Going to be a gain of 10, just enough for the first. They keep the drive going. The first down picked up in this second half. So 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that is a loss of about 3. No room to run on that one. 2nd and 13 coming up. So 2nd and 13. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna play action and keep it himself left side. Now tries to shovel this forward. And it's gonna be incomplete. 3rd and 13 coming up. Trying that RPO once again. So 3rd and 13. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw. Has some time, rolling left, trying to buy some more. Gonna just weirdly shovel this one out of bounds, incomplete. There's a 4th and 13 coming up. All right, 4th and 13. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the left as well, looking to throw. Rolling left, buying time, passing left side, gonna be dropped. So another turnover on downs, and neither offense can get anything going to begin this half. All right, its defense is on display so far. 6.5 to go in the third. So 1st and 10 coming up. McLennan under center. Back and fullback behind him. Gonna toss this up the middle, and there's some space for a gain of roughly 3. John Lovett on the carry. It's that toss counter play again, and I love the design of it. I just wish it worked a bit better. Maybe with a better offensive line, it could be a really functioning play. So 2nd and 7 coming up. Gonna quick toss this right side, and it's gonna be a loss of about 2 for John Lovett on 2nd down. So it's a 3rd and decently long coming up. It's a 3rd and 9 coming up. So McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Toa, and he's gonna fight his way just past midfield to about the 47. Gonna be a 4th and 1 coming up, and since they passed midfield, they have to go for it. It's a 4th and 1. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Big time 4th and 1 to get the offense going something. Toss right side for Toa Tawa, and he's short. Stuffed at the line. Neither team's offense can get anything going to begin this half. Jeez. It's just, man, after the offensive first half that we have, it is good to see the defense stepping up and doing their parts of this, but like, Columbus has yet to get a first down this half. Houston has gotten 1, but even with that, it's been rough. So quick pass right side on 1st and 10, going to be enough for the first for John Trey Kirkland, a gain of roughly 10 or 11. And DJ Miller is slow to get up for Columbus after the play. That's a tough blow for that secondary. He's a damn good player. He is a damn good player. But alright. It'll be 1st and 10 for Houston with 4:22 to play in the third. It doesn't seem like we're going to a commercial break, but we will see. So 1st and 10 Houston. So 4:22 to go in the third. And there's Quentin Newsome being pointed out on the Houston sideline, one of their corners. Really solid player as well. All right, Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Gonna hand this off, going right, and there's some space inside the 35 and brought down right around the 32. Marcus Major on the carry. And this is finally a team's offense getting something clicking in this half. And it's taken both of these sides long enough. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. 2nd and 1, gonna hand this off up the middle, breaks off 1 tackle, gets enough for the first inside the 30 to about the 28. All right, Marcus Major on the carry. .315 and counting to play in the third. So Henderson in shotgun, gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and that is a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2:45 to play in the third. So 2nd and 8. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on the Columbus 26-yard line. Henderson gonna take it himself left side. Trying to find some space. And we'll get to about the 20, maybe the 19. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds at. I think he's gonna be just short so far. Well, they're gonna give him the first. So 2 minutes to play in the third and counting. Henderson gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and that is a gain of about a yard. They're flipping the script on Columbus right now. This has been a very run-heavy drive, trying to get some momentum going in right before the end of the third quarter, just like what Columbus did to Dallas last week. Have a very run-heavy drive to build momentum and potentially put the game away. Though the difference is that drive for Columbus last week lasted till over halfway into the fourth. This one's probably going to last until 5 minutes into the fourth at the very, very latest. Henderson looking to throw in 2nd and 9. Pass deep right side for the end zone is off the mark and incomplete, and there's the penalty in the end zone. Will be DPI against Columbus. Being called against Kyrie Woods. So penalty in the end zone will be spotted at the 1 yard line for Houston. And a team will finally break the ice, it seems, in this second half. All right, 1st and goal. Henderson in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle, and he's stonewalled at the line. Maybe even loses a yard there, but no room to work. 2nd and goal coming up. At minimum, 1 more play needed before the end of the third quarter. So 2nd and goal. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right, gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and it's a loss of about 3. No room to work once again, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Columbus's defense bending, but they're damn sure not breaking just yet, as we have 15 minutes to play from Houston. 1-point game, a slow third quarter, starting to heat up a bit here. Will it continue into the fourth? Fred Tompkins just made the tackle for loss to make it 3rd and goal from roughly the 5 for Houston. But first, a commercial break as we await the start of the fourth quarter. In roughly an hour, we have kickoff between Louisville and Dallas as well. We'll be live from here. I was also probably not going to make a new stream unless this game ends in the next 30 minutes. Yep, the first of the doubleheader wrapping up here soon. All right, so at commercial break for the end of the third quarter. So at commercial break. At commercial break. "15 minutes to go in this. One-point game entering the fourth. His 3rd and goal for Houston as we're just getting back from commercial break. Let's see how this one wraps up. Been a really good drive for Houston. The first good drive of the half. It's taken them long enough to get to this point. So 3rd and goal from the 5. I mean, if Columbus can hold them out once more, I mean, either way, it should be a 1-possession game by the time the offense gets the ball back. But a 4-point game is a lot better than an 8-point game. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. 3rd and goal from the 5. First play of the 4th quarter. Henderson rolls right, looking to throw. Wide open, but dropped. Pass was ever so slightly low for Justin Hall. He couldn't hang on. And Houston fails to punch it in from the 1-yard line. And out comes the field goal unit. Like, yeah, it wasn't a great throw from Henderson on the move, but you're wide open there. You have to catch that ball. You have to catch that. All right, so out comes John Hoyland, 23 yards out and the left hash. Kick is up and it is good. It's a 4-point game at the start of the 4th quarter. All right. So at not commercial break, waiting for kickoff. And there's the 2 coaches of the next game talking things over before kickoff. All right, teams lined up for the kick. Houston set to send this one down. And kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 8. Space out past the 15, past the 20, 25 past the 30, 35 past the 40. Finally brought down out of bounds at the Columbus own 45. A great return for Jalen Moore. Sets up the Aviators with excellent starting field position. With a chance to take the lead. So 1st and 10 for Columbus. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. They're actually marking the ball at the 48 of Columbus. 3 receivers to the left, motioning back towards his left now as well. So they hand this off, going right for Squandre White. Going to be inside the 45 to about the Houston 43. All right. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. Quick throw left side, can be caught by Tay Martin on the receiver screen. Breaks off 2 defenders, going to get a first down and then some inside the 40 to about 37, maybe 36. Columbus now has their first down of the second half. Maybe Columbus is just a 2nd and 4th quarter team. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to play action and end around this one left side. Has some space to about the 31 or so. Is Antoine Wells on the carry on the end around. 13 minutes to play in the game. McLennan, play action looking to throw in 2nd and 5. Dump off right side. Gonna be staying on his feet inside the 30 to the 28, they're saying. Okay, thought it might have been ruled down a bit sooner there. So it is 3rd and 2 now for Columbus. 12 minutes to play in the game. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. It's about 3rd and 2.5. Gonna give this up the middle. Finds a lane, breaking off some tacklers. A good stiff arm gets Zaquandre White to about the 21. Creating something out of a whole lot of nothing there. And the drive stays alive for the Aviators. Pretty good. So 1st and 10. So McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna hand this off up the middle. And that will be maybe a loss of a half a yard or so. Not much else to work. 11 minutes to play in the game and counting. So McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw in 2nd and 10. McLennan stepping up, dump off right side, has some space to work. Inside the 15, breaks off tackles inside the 10, and fights his way down to the 5. It's Toa Tawa on the reception. And it's 1st and goal Columbus. With just about 10-15 to play in the game. Columbus looking to get their first lead of the game after being down by 14. McLennan, handoff up the middle, going to be brought down at about the half-yard line. It is Toa Tawa on the carry. Once down by 14 in this one. Now only a half a yard away from taking the lead. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. McLennan, handoff for Tawa up the middle. He's stonewalled at the line for no gain. 3rd and goal coming up. Nine and a half to play in this one. Been a solid 9-play drive so far for Columbus. As Christopher Allen for Houston is laboring off the field. Seems a little banged up. Tough guy to have off the field for a big time 3rd and goal. All right, 3rd and goal. 9:24 to play in the game. McLennan under center, back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Pressure comes quick, and McLennan is sacked. Back at the 10, the Houston defense holds strong. And with 9 minutes to play in the game, Columbus has 4th and goal from the 10. And out comes the field goal unit. All right. The 29-yard field goal. with just under 8.5 to play in the game. Ryan Coe, kick is up. Did he miss it? He missed it wide right, barely. He is having everything curved to the right tonight. And because of that, they have now left 4 points off the board. This game would be tied if he just could, if he could just get things a little bit more to the left. We go to commercial break with 8:20 to play in the game. I will quickly be right back. All right, still at commercial break. Gonna come down to this Columbus defense to give the offense one more chance. All right, at commercial break. At commercial break. Just getting back from commercial break. Houston has a big opportunity on this drive to put the game away. We'll see if they'll be able to. Again, whoever wins this one has a massive chance the week after to skyrocket themselves somewhere nice. So 1st and 10 coming up. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on their own 25. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a loss of about half a yard or so. Second and 10 coming up. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a loss of 2. Columbus's defense stepping up big right now. Patrick Jenkins on the tackle for loss. And it'll be a 3rd and 12 for the Aviators. 3rd and 12 with 7:15 to play in the game. Henderson in shotgun, the back to each side, looking to throw. Has some time. Pass left side, going to be caught along the sideline. Isn't enough for the first. No, now they're saying incomplete. Was his foot out? It's Lawrence Keys, the intended target. Was his foot out? Or did he just not have possession? There's a slight bobble. Okay, he's bobbling it there. And then, yeah, his knee goes out of bounds before he can fully get possession. The Gamblers go 3 and out on a potential game-sealing drive. And with 6:35 to go in the game, Columbus will have another chance. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 24, spaced out past the 35 to about the 36. The drive will start from there. And we go to a commercial break with that as well. All right, at commercial break. What's up? Yeah, we're just at commercial break with about 6.5 to go in this one. Columbus just got the ball back after it forcing a 3 and out. So we're waiting to get back from commercial break to see how this one could finish. Don't have any. I mean, Columbus on their last drive got down to the 1-yard line, but couldn't finish it, and then they missed the field goal. Houston on the drive before this 3 and out had a very similar thing happen, but they made the field goal. So we'll see how this one wraps up. We shall see. Should be coming out of commercial break here soon. Probably like 1 or 2 more. Yeah, we shall see. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Let's see what Columbus can do here. It's not been a great second half so far for them. Their last drive went well, but couldn't quite capitalize off of it. They're going to need something here offensively. Can they capitalize? A chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. It's 1st and 10 from about their own 36. McLennan under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna play action and look to throw in 1st and 10. Pass over the middle is wide open. Past midfield, it's Tay Martin down to about the 45 of Houston. Not bad, not bad. Solid way to start things off. But again, the goal is the end zone here. Just under 6 minutes to go in the 4th. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Going to shovel this one forward, and it's going to be a loss of about 8 yards for Antoine Wells. Second down coming up. Second and roughly 11 coming up. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the Houston 46. McLennan going to look to throw. Has some time. Pass left side is incomplete. Tight coverage there against Antoine Wells by Kerry Vincent. Third and 11 coming up. Going to need something coming up here soon. You want at least half on this. It is 3rd and 11. McLennan in shotgun. Play clock winding down. Back to his right. They barely get that snap off in time. A handoff going left for Squandre White. Trying to find some space because inside the 40 and fights his way to about the 37, maybe the 38. Going to make it a more manageable 4th down. But either way, you're flirting with being in an even worse spot here. It's 4th and 2. McLennan in shotgun, back behind him. Tight end in the backfield to his left. Gonna play action and look to throw. McLennan with time, stepping up, takes it himself. It's a 1st down carry for Jalen McLennan. Gonna be a 1st and 10 from roughly the Houston 32 after the gain of 4. All right. So 1st and 10. McLennan in shotgun, back to his left. Going to hand this off up the middle. And there's some space for Zaquandre White inside the 30 to about the 27. Second and 5 coming up. McLennan under center, back behind him, play action, looking to throw. Has some time, stepping up, and taking himself with space. Inside the 15 and down to about the 11. The ball comes loose. They're saying Houston has it. Return to about the 15. This could be a big time turnover forced by this Houston defense. But was McLennan down first? We'll see with the replay. 2:24 to play in the game. This is a game changer. When does that ball come loose? That might be a fumble. When does that ball start coming loose? It's a potential game-changing play. Yeah, it's just is that a left elbow down before the ball fully starts coming loose? What you got for me, Blandino? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's clear recovery by Houston. Maybe that. Yeah, ruling's gonna stand. It's a fumble. It's a red zone fumble forced by Houston. And with 2:24 to play in the game, the Gamblers just need about another 1st down or 2.
And they're in a great spot. But a tough fumble. McLennan, his 6th fumble on the season. Only 2 were lost, but still, that's not great ball control. Will be 1st and 10 for Houston. Second down coming up. First down coming up. Eugene Asante was the one with the forced fumble there. The former Miami Dolphins. Great to see. Also, yeah, they just ran a first down play without showing the play on the broadcast. So it was a gain of 5. I assume a handoff for Houston, gain of 5. But they're in the middle of interviewing Eugene Asante, and they just ran a play on the field without showing it. No, the Storm could definitely rebound. They looked a lot better in the second half of that game compared to the first half. It's just, it was a matter of time before Orlando was gonna be truly tested in a game this season. It took them until week 5, but they got tested, and and then it took a minute, but eventually they were shown to be up to the fight. They had a chance late in that game to tie or take the lead. So I'm not too worried about the Storm. I think they'll bounce back. I think their schedule upcoming is in their favor a little bit. But I don't think it's the beginning of the end just yet. As we're at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. As again, the 1st and 10 play for Houston went for a gain of 5, but they didn't show it on the broadcast because of interviewing Eugene Asante on the sideline and not doing a picture-in-picture for some reason. Yep. So add commercial break for the 2-minute warning. At commercial break. Final 2 minutes coming up from Houston here soon. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Gamblers. All right. Again, been a solid one so far. But man, Columbus has had back-to-back really good chances to take the lead, but just couldn't quite get it. Couldn't quite get it done. As we're just coming back from commercial break. To see what this Columbus defense can do in order to keep them in this one. All right. Yeah, Nolan Henderson having a solid game in this one. Still has yet to throw a touchdown pass this season, but I mean, if he's about to lead them to another win, that don't matter. 2nd and 5 for Houston. This Columbus defense gonna need to stand tall. Timeouts will start being called right after this play.
Henderson in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on their own 21. Henderson, handoff up the middle. And that's going to be enough for the... should be enough for the first. Yeah, they're going to give him enough for the first. Jalen White on the carry. And Houston is in a good spot to be able to close this game out. One more first down should be all they need. Columbus calls their first timeout. So 1:55 to play in the fourth in the game. So now they're saying 3rd and 1 for Houston. All right, so Columbus has an inkling of a chance now, with it being 3rd and 1. But now it pretty much just means that this upcoming potential first down would be the sealer. So 3rd and 1. Henderson in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. It's more so a 3rd and inches. Henderson, handoff up the middle. And I think he gets stood up short. There is a penalty down. But this is close on if he got the first anyway. Jalen White on the carry. First we have to see what the penalty is. It's offside against Columbus. It's a first down either way. That's tough. Yeah, he's lined up offsides. I think if he's not offside there, they might have stuffed him at the line. Instead, it's 1st and 10. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right, man in motion, right to left. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a loss of roughly a yard. Columbus still has a chance in this if they can force a punt off this, but they're not going to have a lot of time remaining for the offense to do something. But they're only down by 4. So a 60-yard field goal is in the cards here. But yeah, 2 missed kicks for Ryan Cohen this one is why the Aviators are down by 4 in the first place. All of his kicks have been going heavy to the right in this game. And then yeah, that fumble by McLennan. All right, so 2nd and about 11 or so. 1:43 to play in the game. Nice. Yeah, Houston has been playing surprisingly well in this one, especially their defense. Henderson in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right, making some adjustments at the line. It's 2nd and roughly 11. Shift in the back to his right. Henderson going to hand this off going left, and it's going to be a gain of about 3. It's Marcus Major on the carry. And Columbus will call their final timeout. Actually, there is probably going to be some good time between this game end and start of Louisville, Dallas. We'll see. So 3rd and 7 coming up. Again, if Columbus can truly make the stand here, they're not going to have a lot of time remaining for the offense, but they're going to have enough considering that a 4-point field goal exists in this league. But we'll see. Henderson in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to be stopped before the line to gain. Only gets up to the 38. They needed the 41. So Columbus will have an opportunity, but they're going to need some luck in all. They're going to need some luck involved in all this. All right, now Houston will call their first timeout with 56 seconds after they let the clock run as much as they could. It's 4th and 3. If Columbus can get a good punt return out of this as well, they've gotten some solid ones today. They've got some solid ones so far today, so there's a chance here. It's Antoine Wells back to return. Or hell, a block here? We've had one blocked punt this season so far. That was last night for Orlando. Does Columbus get as lucky? Punt comes off clean. Going to be bouncing and return beginning from the 15. Gonna need a damn good return here and not getting that. Only up to about the 17. So 46 seconds. They're going to be aiming for about that 42-yard line of Houston to try and get that 4-point field goal to tie the game. It's moments like this why the UFL even added the 4-point field goal to begin with. Because now this situation is no longer seemingly no chance of happening. Columbus can tie the game here. Like, they're still in this, but they're going to need a ton of chunk plays to do so. McLennan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on their own 18-yard line. McLennan looking to throw. Has some time, stepping up. Pass right side, going to be caught, but brought down inbound, shy of the line to gain. At the 25, they have to go quick. Kiki Chisholm on the grab. 30 seconds to play and counting. McLennan in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. Has some time, dump off over the middle. It is caught. Needs to get the first down. He does. Quandre White has space, gets out of bounds. Gonna be right around the 30-something. 21 seconds to play. So they have, again, 18 seconds to get to, again, roughly the 42-yard line. I believe they have a kicker that can hit from 60. Ryan Coe has shown to have a pretty decent leg on him. And it's ball at the 36. So they need about 22 or so yards. McLennan in shotgun looking to throw in 1st and 10. Dump off right side for Saquandre White. Going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. And unless they go quick here, yeah, not going to have enough time for everything they want to do. There's the spike with 6 seconds left. So it's going to come down to the laterals. I might be able to get a different stream scheduled. Alright, so final play of the game, most likely. Unless there's a penalty on Houston, this will be the last chance for Columbus. McLennan, the throw. Pass over the middle is caught. And time has expired. Unless there's a penalty, the laterals will do it. And the ball's loose, and Houston has it. They recover the laterals and the fumbles. That will do it. The house wins again. The Gamblers get their 2nd win on the year at home in a 17-13 defensive slugfest of a second half. The Gamblers hang on to win. The defense was on full display that second half, shutting out Columbus. A big-time forced fumble late as well. all around pretty solid game for Houston and Columbus. Again, that second quarter and that first half was a really good showing for both offenses, but the defenses were the story. So with the next kickoff being in roughly 17 or so minutes, that will do it from this game. I'll be live again right after in about 17 minutes for Louisville against Dallas. So stick around. The stream will be scheduled here momentarily. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.